Hi, I'm Lila King, and this is my persuasive speech. I chose the topic, Why We Should Save Roe v. Wade. I chose this topic because it is incredibly important to me, and as the world around us becomes more and more politicized, people seem to be forgetting that these are human issues that affect everyday humans. Seeing these issues plastered all over yard signs and different men's Facebook pages makes it easy to forget that women are human and not just bodies for political propaganda. Roe v. Wade was a landmark victory for women everywhere, guaranteeing women have a right to their own bodies and no longer had to fight to be recognized as human beings with full bodily autonomy. Overturning this ruling would set women in America back almost 50 years. The only thing it would end is safe and legal abortions, once again putting political points and the conservative agenda above the well-being of women. This issue has been debated widely and publicly for so long, but what I find most appalling is that for the most part, it's men doing the debating. Abortion and birth control are women's issues, and they affect women's bodies. We deserve to be able to listen to a woman's opinion on the subject without the interjection of a man. With Trump appointing another conservative judge to the Supreme Court, and with her confirmation, women everywhere live in fear that their right to reproductive freedom may soon go away. Over 49% of the pregnancies in the U.S. are unplanned. Half of those women will choose to have an abortion. Overturning Roe v. Wade puts 25% of American women in danger of death or injury from a back alley abortion, or it dooms another child to live a life in foster care. Critics of Roe v. Wade will say adoption is always an option, but they fail to mention that most of the people doing the adopting aren't interested in adopting a child with a disability or one that isn't a certain race. The argument I hear the most when debating this topic is concerning rape cases. People who are pro-life tend to support abortion, but only for rape victims. To be frank, this disgusts me. Women have the right to their own bodies, but only after they have survived something unimaginably horrible. Is that the only way that women earn the right to reproductive freedom? The fact of the matter is that rape and sexual assault victims only account for 1% of abortions, and women should not have to survive a life-altering and traumatic event for them to be treated like full human beings. At the end of the day, it all comes down to the government and the men who run it wanting to have control over women and their bodies in order to assert their dominance. Women are human beings, and the right to bear a child is paramount in our lives, and we deserve to be able to make that choice for ourselves. The government should have no say in what women do with their bodies, and that say certainly shouldn't be based on someone's religious beliefs. If you're against an abortion, don't have one. It's called choice. The decision whether or not to bear a child is central to a woman's life, her well-being, and her dignity. It is a decision she must make for herself. When government controls that decision for her, she is being treated as less than a full adult and a human who is responsible for her own choices. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, on the landmark ruling of Roe v. Wade. At the end of the day, it is all about the fight for equality. If a man could get pregnant, abortions would be available at an ATM. But the fact of the matter is, women are viewed as less responsible, trustworthy, and overall less than men. And until this mindset stops, women everywhere will be fighting for their right to safe and legal health care.